Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the CE Tool Den. And on today's episode, we are going to review the new Hypertough impact socket sets. So we have their big 36-inch, half-inch metric set, their big 36 piece 3/8-inch drive impact socket set, and then we have the shallow SAE. It's a 12-piecer and a 12-piece of the SAE deeps. There's going to be a little bit of difference, so we'll let you know and talk about them all and show you some features, interesting features they have. All right, so check out the video and we'll get to the review. All right, to start off with, we're going to start off with the half-inch drive. And right here, right off the rip, we're going to take this off because we already opened this up. So this one's made in, the pair head ratchet is made in Vietnam, but the extension adapters sockets are made in China. There you go. Does it have even any kind of warranty? Oh, limited lifetime warranty. So it's one socket set and one storage case for a total of 37 pieces. Now this has the Hyperbite anti-slip socket design, color coded. We'll get more into that as we go along. Again, this is a 36-piece half-inch drive impact socket set, and there's something unusual about this that a lot of my sockets don't even have. So this is why I got it. It's going to save you a lot of money if you get something like this. So this has something, the anti-slip technology is called Hyperbite, and they have the metric version. And then here is the back that tells you what's in the kit, what's included. So you have a half-inch drive pair head ratchet with 72 tooth, half-inch drive 3-inch extension, 6-inch extension, and a 10-inch extension, and then a 3/8 to half-inch adapter, half-inch drive swivel adapter, half-inch drive 6-point sockets from 10 to 24, and no skips, and they're all 6 points. And then the deep 6 points, 10 to 24, no skips, and then the storage case. And let's go to the 3/8, so you guys know about this one. This one's same thing. Ratchet made in Vietnam. Extensions, adapters, and sockets made in China. Also limited lifetime warranty. 36 piece. It's got the Hyperbite anti-slip socket design, and it's also color coded. And this one has and they're both the same. Ultra durable chromoly construction, Hyperbite anti-slip socket design, color coded. So this has a 3/8 drive pair head ratchet, also 72 tooth, 3-inch extension, 6-inch extension, half-inch to 3/8 adapter, 3/8 drive swivel adapter, 1/4-inch hex to 3/8 square adapter, and the sizes in the shallows, they're all 6 points, the deeps and shallows, goes from 8 to 22 and 8 to 22, and then the storage case. So the deeps and shallows are 8 to 22, and then we'll get into those after. So we just want to tackle this first. So we'll hit the. It comes like this, with this paperwork for the oil, and it comes with a little diagram of your deeps and shallows, everything, the location right there, and the 3/8 is exactly the same. There you go. So here we are, metric all the way up, all the way the deeps, and the smaller sizes to the bigger sizes, and on this side it's reversed, smaller sizes to the bigger sizes. I think they did this to kind of balance the weight. Kind of makes sense. And this one, because it's 3/8, it doesn't really matter, but you know the half-inch is always going to be a lot heavier. So I think they put it opposite, small to big this way, right to left, and then left to right they went small to big. So let's get into the deep dive. So let's get a shallow. Well, here's a 17. We'll start off with a 17. This is a 17. It's laser etched. It's got a nice little blue line over here. Let me turn this light on so you guys can see better. It's pretty nice. I mean, let's take a measurement of the 17. It's about 1.5 inches. It's 1.5 inches. And let's check out the 17 in the deep. So this is the deep, and this is about 3 1/16 of an inch. So there's that. You get a 72 tooth ratchet pair head design, It is in that middle mode, so it's loose. You just got to put it in this. A lot of oil on this. Decently smooth. Low back drag. I expect that from the Vietnamese ratchet. Yeah, low back drag. Not a massive amount. It's not the best in back drag, but it's still a low back drag ratchet. Very smooth, guys. You can feel the smooth. It's got the release button for the ratchet mechanism. Here's your extensions. Here's your big 10-inch extension with the Hypertough branding. 1/2 inch. Let me get this better. 10-inch chrome moly. This is what you want, guys. Chrome moly. Better than chrome vanadium when it comes to impacting. That's the better material. Here is your swivel adapter. Now this one, let me see. Let me wipe this down because this one could be like that other chrome, the shiny chrome, which is kind of weird. There's your swivel adapter. So if you're taking, like, say your 17, for example, you got a swivel socket. Oops, let me get in front of the behind the camera over here. Here you go. That's pretty neat. Goes all the way around. I'm going to assume this is a pin because it's a budget, you know, set from Walmart. Yeah, I think it's a pin style. Yep, pin style. So you know, don't expect the, you know, a pinless design. That's for like more of a higher end socket set, but it's still very good. I mean, it stays, pretty much stays in its location for the most part. I can definitely see this. You might need to change these out after so long because, you know, this style has been used and abused, and I prefer pinless. But I mean, it's there. It comes with it, so that's pretty good. I mean, they're all whatever brand you get that's got the pin design is not gonna. I don't foresee it lasting an insane long time. I just see it as a, you know, a disposable. And I mean, I'm sure it'll last quite a few maybe jobs, but over a long haul, this swivel probably won't last, and it impacts wrench. So let's take a look at the 17. So if you guys see the bite mechanism, look at that, guys. That's the bite mechanism. So you have it in your shallow and your deep. And let's take a look at the 3/8 because it's going to be the same thing. Let's check out the ratchet here too. Yeah, this is even, I feel, smoother than the 1/2 inch. This is really nice, actually. I like this. Wow, look at this. That's super low back drag. You have your little adapter, 1/4 inch bit holder to 1/4 inch 3/8 adapter here, so you can put this in your impact driver. That's pretty cool. Here is your little swivel option, and this one also has the pin style. So like I said, it's going to be a disposable thing. So just buy what you want, and when you break it, get one at Harbor Freight. You know, I'm sure that there's a lifetime warranty. This one also, let's take a look at the 17 on this one. This one also has that bite design. And when I saw this for the first time, guys, I said to myself, this looks familiar. I got a feeling I know where these came from. So it's good quality, guys. I'm going to say this, the impact sockets are of good quality. They feel like they're good quality. Let me get these flipped over so you can see. They're all like that laser etching on it. So eventually that'll wear out, but you know, it is what it is. This goes up to 22, and again, I like this. No skips, guys. Really, no skips. I'm going to enjoy it. Now, here is the dilemma that you guys might run into, or you probably don't care, or this will make a decision for you. So, we do have a lot of redundancy between these two sets, because this goes from 10 to 24. This goes from 8 to 22. So you're missing the 23, 24 on this set, but on the 1/2 inch, you don't have the 8 or 9. So you're basically looking at about 4 difference of sockets between the two sets. I decided to get the 2 so I can have the 8/9 or the 23/24. I mean, yeah. And sometimes a 3/8 might not cut it, and you're going to need heavy duty for even in these intermediary sizes between these and these. Sometimes a 1/2 inch is going to be a necessity, which is good. I'm glad I have it. Whether I need it or not, I'm going to be mostly using these sets for specific purposes, and sometimes the 1/2 inch is going to make the difference, and most of the time maybe just 3/8. I'm just going to go 3/8 for the most part. A lot of oil in this on some of these sockets, but I mean, they're really good. I really like the feel of these. It is that nice chromoly, that matte finish, so for the most part it's going to be good. I mean, I like this bite. Now let's get into the bite mechanism. This is the one that's going to get you guys going. Let me get a 14 millimeter here and the 14 millimeter here from the 3/8. So there is a difference in size. So this is another option where if you want more compact, go with the 3/8 14. If you want a little bit longer, more heavy duty, you go with the 1/2 inch 14. Again, this is just what it is. Here is a test fit on these nuts. Let's try this out. You get a good grab over here. Yeah, that fits like a glove, guys. It really does. This one's a little bit tight. Let me take a look over here. I think the bite mechanism is a little bit tight on this. Let me see how this is. Yeah. Oh, this one actually feels smaller. Wait a minute, that's weird. So you're going to have some tolerance difference, guys. Look at this. All right. Oh. Could have sworn I just got that in there. Maybe I didn't. So maybe we need the 15. I thought these were 14s. All right, there you go. Sorry about that, guys. That's my bad. There's a 15. I could have sworn these were 14s. And then here is a 15 in the 1/2 inch. So you get a good bite on these. These will definitely grab very well. I like this. And this, look how heavy duty and thick this is. This is the 1/2 inch. And then look how much of a thinner the 3/8 is, guys. So like I said, if you need to have more access in an area you have, like if you have little access and it's a really tight area, you use this. Look how thin the walls are, and then look how thick this is the 1/2 inch. So you definitely, I say recommend both sets, you know, because of the tight reach areas. So I am liking that aspect of it, and we're gonna try it out. Here is a 3/8, the ratchet. Feels good. Here is a ratcheting. Actually, let's put the vice grips on this. Let's look for how deep we want to go. We can go up, down that deep. All right, we'll go down that deep and we'll see how it plays out. So you get a good ratcheting mechanism. These ratchets are very smooth. You know, it feels good, but let's do it for real now. Let's bring on the big boys. This is the 3/8. Let's get the 15 extended version. We're going to put it on the subcompact 3/8. Put it over here because I can't see in front of the camera. All right, we're on speed 2. I don't need to go because we're not really impacting here. We're just checking to see how the fit is. Really nice. Let me go speed 1 because we're not really testing for it. There it is. Look at that, guys. Now let's try the 1/2 inch. So we have the 1/2 inch stubby over here. Gonna put this in speed 1. All right, here's speed 1, 1/2 inch. There it is. There it is. Nice job. So, oops. That is the ratchets, the sockets being put in action right there. So we see how good of a fit they were. Like I said, that was my bad. I could have sworn that these were 14s, but that was my fault. I gotta say, I like these sockets. And so, as you saw the sockets, it has that bite system. It looked familiar to me. And some of you may recognize this type of bite pattern. Check this out, guys. This is gonna wow you. This is why I think I know who made it and what where it was. That's why I said China. Look at these. These are Duratec Bite Force. Notice the same design. Check that out. Same exact design. So these are Duratec. So these are made from the same company, probably, most likely, factory that makes the Duratec. And it could be the Great Star, the Duratec Work Pro, that line, SK line, that makes the tools in China. The same factory. Maybe it's made by Great Star. I don't know if they're the ones that own the factories. I know they own the brand names, but I don't know offhand who exactly makes those. But I'm going to say definitely Great Star International. Now let's get into the next set. Here's your SAE set. And this is going to be very interesting. So let's take a look at this SAE. I bought the SAE, reason being because I said, oh, these are SAE. I need the metrics. These have the red band on it because it's the SAE colors. Really nice design. Let me see if these are 9/16. Yep, this is a 9/16. So these nuts and these bolts are 9/16, guys. They're SAE bolts and nuts. But one of the things I noticed, like I bought this and it's got a stubby design compared to those. And I was like, oh, I bought it just to see. And it says it has the Hyperbite. So let's take a look at what it says on the packaging. It's going to be the same for both. So this has the Hyperbite anti-slip technology, chromoly construction, limited lifetime warranty, SAE, 12-piece 1/2 inch set. And this set is made in China, right there. By the way, there's a barcode. And it's a 12-piece that goes from 3/8 all the way to 1 1/16. That's pretty good. It does not have every size, but again, this is a 1/2 inch, so don't expect to have every size. But this one does the same thing. 1 1/16, made in China. And if you notice, so look at the 9/16. It's a different type of tooth mechanism. So if we look at one of the ones we just used, here's the 3/8. So this one has this style of bite, and this one looks like a different style of bite. It's got a different pattern. I don't know if this set is meant to complement this set or it's a standalone, because they do have this in metric with this same design, not that design. So I think I might have goofed and bought this, but I'm kind of glad I did because this will complement the 1/2 inch set. They do have a 3/8 with this version, but my stores didn't have them yet. So I might just pick up the 3/8 version, the SAE, to kind of complement this set. I would like to see an SAE version with this type of biting mechanism because I really enjoy this. The Duratec and the Work Pro stuff that have this design, I've actually I love it. It's been really good. But so this one, like I said, has a different design right there. And it looks like it bites very well too, because the way you push it, it goes right on the middle of the bolt. So the teeth are actually going right on the middle, which is good. But if you have a more rounded bolt, you kind of want this design better. I don't know. Maybe this will work good too on a more rounded bolt. I don't know. We'll test this out in a future video. But in this video, we're just going to stick to this because it's already getting long. But I like this setup here. So let's try the 1/2 inch on this and see how it is. So let me get the 1/2 inch on here, if I can get it on. Here we go. Well, we got the little shallow version. We're not here for, you know, let me get this. And there it is. I mean, it's a very nice grab. It really grabs very well. So maybe I will get the SAE. Like, I want to get it anyway. But it does have that Hyperbite, and it does give you the more stubby looking design of a 3/16. Now let's compare the 3/16 and the 15 1/2 inch millimeter, and we'll show you if there's a difference height wise. So this is the equivalent of this, and they're pretty much the same size. So there is that, but this has that more like stubby look to it, but I like it. So I'm sure this will work very well in this setup, and we have now a nice full set of metric 1/2 inch and SAE. So we get 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 metric, and we get 12 SAE of each. So 12 versus 15, 12 versus 15, and then when we do get the 3/8, we'll compare those to that size-wise. But this is pretty much a nice little setup here, this one, until we get the 3/8 versions. We'll just keep it like that. But I definitely like this setup. It's very good, and I can see a lot. There's nothing like this, by the way, budget-wise. There's nothing like this on the market. There really isn't. I mean, you have the bolt biters. Quinn has a bolt biter, and this is kind of similar of a design to a bolt biter, but this isn't a bolt biter. This is a impact socket with bite technology, not a bolt biter that, you know, if you get a rusty bolt or stuff. This is more for the bolts that you can use every day. So this is what it's meant for. And in our, you know, in a budget situation, there is nothing like these. This is like, you know, one of a kind as far with the bite technology. I mean, people make the bolt releases that you put into the tight bolts, rusted bolts, or the rounded bolts, and I'm sure this will work fine. But this is meant for like more like everyday ish, and so I kind of wanted this set because this is something like I don't have in the impact range. We have the Craftsman Overdrive, and the Craftsman Overdrive is fantastic. But it's a chrome set. It's not impact rated. Sure, you can put them on your impact, but I'd rather have a dedicated, like, bite anti-slip technology impact rated socket. And this is where this comes in. Like, in this price range, I haven't seen anything like this. One of these, I think they're like about $60 each, something like that. 55. One of them, I think that's 55, and this one's like 60. I mean, they're very well priced. And this one's like either 27, 29. This one's 29, I think, 27. And this could even be 23, 25. I can't remember. But this is in the 20s, no more than $30. And so it is absolutely worth it in my book. In my book, this is a must-buy for me because it gives me the technology that I definitely need in a form factor that's, you know, easy on the wallet, guys. If you guys, and you can use these professionally, but the only thing is if you break it, you're going to have to, you can't warranty it. I don't know if you can. I don't know Walmart's warranty. It's still an unknown. We're going to have to find out with the new Hypertough stuff. It's going to be a lesson we're going to learn. Whether it's positive or negative, we're going to spread the word if something ever happens. I hope I never break a impact socket. I've never done it. I've used and abused different brands, mostly the Pittsburgh or the Quinn stuff, especially the Pittsburgh stuff. I've used those for years and I never broke one, but it can happen, especially in a professional environment. I can definitely see, you know, these being useful, but what is technically what is the warranty? That is the big unknown, the mystery, the But it is, again, these are budget options. So you can always, if you break one of these, you can buy a good brand of replacement, so it's not going to cost you break the bank. So say, I know Grip Edge makes something like this. So if you wanted to get the Grip Edge, what's that going to cost you? Like $10 for a socket or something? Maybe 15, maybe even 20. But you're not out. You still have the whole set. You pay 10 to 20 bucks for a socket, and you can replace it with the Grip Edge. And then as you go along, if the warranty at Walmart doesn't work out, because they're not, the thing with Walmart is they're not gonna open up a package and take out the piece. You probably have to bring the whole set, swap out a set for a set, because they're not gonna break up a set like they do at Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight is the king of warranties. There's no doubt about it. But the thing is, Harbor Freight does not have anything like this. Nothing. The closest thing they have to this is the bolt extraction removers from the Quinn collection. That's it. This is made for a different purpose. This is made for actual fastening and not necessarily like a bolt or nut extraction. This is more of an everyday type of deal. So that's, neither here nor there. So you guys, take all the information I gave you guys, and you guys can make your own informed decisions whether this is for you or not. That is up to you guys. Or you can go with the Grip Edge or whatever brand. I don't know if Mac RBRT has it. Maybe they do. I've never seen the Mac RBRT version on my Mac Tools truck. But they might have something like this. But I know Grip Edge has something like this. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notifications. As always, have yourselves a good day, good night, and hype the videos if you can. And the CE Tool Den is going hyperbite like a freaking vampire here. Later, guys. The CE Tool Den is out.